Plus, a rare interstellar comet has been spotted zipping through the solar system, the third of its kind to ever be seen from our corner of the universe. An object from outer space has hurtled into our solar system and is only the third such object we've been able to detect. Known as 3I Atlas, the comet, which was first reported on Tuesday by a telescope in Chile. And these are pictures from telescopes from the European Space Agency tracking the object's movements. The good news, the comet poses no threat to Earth. I spoke with Avi Loeb, an astrophysicist and professor of science at Harvard University, as well as the author of the best-selling Extraterrestrial, the first sign of intelligent life beyond Earth. I began by asking him what can be gleaned about this comet.
This comet is moving very fast, about 1,000 times faster than the speed limit in a highway, 66 kilometers per second. And it's definitely able to escape from the solar system. It was never bound to the sun. It came from outside. And it's very bright. That's the surprising fact. And it's so bright that if it were just reflecting sunlight, a solid object reflecting sunlight, its diameter has to be 20 kilometers, bigger than the Chicxulub impactor that killed non-avian dinosaurs 66 million years ago. But there is another possibility that it's not that big, and in fact, it's evaporating. It's a comet, and most of the mass of the comet is in the core, which is much smaller than the plume of gas and dust that reflects sunlight. We don't know whether it's a comet. We will see it getting brighter in the coming months. It will never come close to Earth. It will get within 40% of the Earth-Sun separation to Mars. It will also come close to Jupiter, but Earth would be on the opposite side of the sun when it passes closest to the sun. So there is no risk to us, but it's a very interesting object. You know, science is exciting because it's an opportunity to maintain our childhood curiosity. And here is an object that came from outside the solar system, very unusual. Is it a comet? Is it something else? We don't know yet.
And Avi, I just want to get your thoughts then. You theorized that the object discovered back in 2017, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, the Oumuamua, could have been of alien origin. That's far from sort of a mainstream consensus view, and some would say that's very far out. But what are your thoughts on this potential comet?
Well, Oumuamua, the object from 2017, was very different. There was no evidence for a coma, for a cometary tail, no evaporation. Yet it was pushed away from the sun by some mysterious force. It had some form of propulsion. And moreover, it had a very extreme shape. The brightness, as a result of it reflecting sunlight, changed by a factor of 10 every 8 hours as it was tumbling. And I suggested that it may be space trash. You know, we have launched objects to space that are pushed by reflecting sunlight. In fact, one of them was discovered a few years after Oumuamua, and it was just a rocket booster from a 1966 launch by NASA. We know that one was technological in origin because we produced it. And the question I raised was, who produced Oumuamua? It was very different from a comet, definitely not a comet the way we are familiar with in the solar system. This one may be a comet, we don't know yet. As it comes closer to us, we will know. If it's not a comet, this one is even more peculiar than Oumuamua.